What a lot of people don't know is that creatine supplementation may also augment the training-induced increase in the number of satellite cells and myonuclei in human skeletal muscle, which would increase the growth potential of those fibers. So there are numerous things that increase the density of satellite cells and actual banking up of myonuclei to increase your threshold of kind of like muscle memory set point. And anything that can help enhance that to a notable degree with no deleterious effects, also notable, is absolutely worth consideration. So like creatine having an effect on this potentially as well, like very, very notable in my opinion. The effects of creatine supplementation on myostatin levels. This is another very interesting one. Myostatin is a protein that is produced and released by myocytes and acts on muscle cells to inhibit muscle growth. Animals either lacking myostatin or treated with substances that block the activity of myostatin have significantly more muscle mass. I'm sure you've seen at this point countless images of Belgian blues, whippets, myostatin knockout mice, follistatin treated mice. There are a lot of examples at this point. Still incredibly impressive and shocking to this day. They are essentially the Mr. Olympias of their whatever animal they are. And it's wild that the genetic predisposition, regardless of diet, training, stimulus, etc., like these animals essentially are predisposed to being able to grow more via this supposed, limiter being a non-factor or a significantly inhibited and attenuated factor via drug-induced means. Literature has also shown that individuals who have mutations in both copies of the myostatin gene have significantly more muscle mass and are stronger than normal. Expectedly, pharmaceutical pipeline myostatin inhibitors are something that's being evaluated pretty thoroughly right now. There's numerous pharma companies that have myostatin inhibitors as a target with the goal of developing more efficacious treatments for an array of catabolic conditions. However, to date, these compounds have not achieved success, even among those seeking out gene therapy in adulthood. Like there are individuals that are going to great lengths to try and either enhance the endogenous production of follistatin or literally inject follistatin itself or try and inhibit myostatin directly. I delve into this in greater detail in one of my podcasts with Peter Attia. Highly recommend you check it out to see kind of the stance on myostatin inhibition and current therapies around its targeting. To be clear, I don't think myostatin inhibition doesn't work. I just have yet to see any effective therapies play out in humans. And from what I've seen, the foundations being laid for like the benefits of this targeting would be seen in utero. So for example, the acceleration of muscle growth in Belgian blues is due primarily to physiological changes in the animal's muscle fibers from hypertrophy to a hyperplasia mode of growth. And this occurs in the fetus and results in a calf being born with 2 times the number of muscle fibers as a calf without a myostatin gene mutation. So as a preface, obviously creatine is not, I highly doubt the majority of creatine's effects, or even a small amount, are via this myostatin inhibiting property. It may have no effect whatsoever. However, I don't know if this finding is reproduced widely either, but I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't mention that creatine supplementation in conjunction with resistance training has shown to lead to greater decreases in serum myostatin than resistance training alone. So that's another cool attribute of creatine that a lot of people aren't aware of, is that it can actually inhibit myostatin as well, potentially, which in a fully grown adult, is that actually going to make a huge difference? I don't know for sure, but it is worth noting, especially because creatine is safe, well tolerated, highly effective, and you would probably be using it anyways. And now there's this other fringe upside potentially, and might have some contributing role to the effects you actually get on performance, muscle size, etc. down the line. A lot of people aren't aware that it had an impact on myostatin at all.